This is Brandon Hicks with St. John's Krav Maga and Fitness and the United States Krav Maga Association. I was just looking at a few online videos of child abductions, videos specifically where the abductor failed to kidnap the children that they were targeting as their victims. Those tended to have something in common. The kids, while they didn't do anything to defend themselves that was ninja-like or spectacular, they did get very aggressive, they did get very loud, and they did cost the potential abductor a lot of time. And when we see these things repeatedly on the news, that is the factor that most often allows these kids to go home safe. They did something. They reacted in a way that was loud, that drew attention, that made it more difficult for the attacker to get them. That's one of the concepts that I like to work with a lot with my own kids. You know, I know that a child isn't going to be big enough or strong enough in most instances to really damage an adult, or really to cause a lot of great bodily harm like we teach adults to do in defense of their own lives. So I teach my kids that, you know, let's make ourselves a dead weight, let's kick and scream, let's raise havoc, you know, let's draw as much attention as we can. Because if an abductor wants to very quickly remove a child from any area, it's because they're not comfortable there. They know that they can be detected, they could be apprehended by law enforcement, other citizens could jump in. They don't want to be there. And that's what I teach my kids to do. So let's have a quick look at a couple of these videos, and we'll talk about the concepts that we teach.
Robin, this next story, every parent with little kids has to watch this.
You got that right, George, because it is a big act of bravery from a little girl, all caught on surveillance camera. A 7-year-old left alone for just a moment. Her mother was just a couple of aisles over in Walmart, and she was almost abducted. ABC's Yunji Denise joins us live from Atlanta this morning, and you heard what George said. Parents are going to be watching this with great interest. Yunji.
Absolutely, Robin. The video is stunning. A little girl fighting a grown man, allegedly trying to kidnap her, but she scared him off and saved herself. It happened so fast. You can see the man grab 7-year-old Brittany Baxter, trying to carry her out of the Walmart toy aisle.
He just grabbed me.
It was just about 24 hours ago when Brittany, out sick from school, was shopping with her mom, who stepped away to grab some fruit, leaving her daughter to play in the toy aisle. That's when store cameras captured this man snatching Brittany, but the second grader put up a fight.
I was screaming and kicking him, trying to get away. He put his hand over my mouth.
Wow, and then what happened?
And then he just dropped me and went and ran off.
As the suspect left the store, surveillance cameras captured him getting into his car. Police put out an alert, and within an hour, they made an arrest. Police arrested 25-year-old Thomas Woods, who was recently released from state prison, out on parole for manslaughter.
It didn't bother nobody. I was never there.
The Baxters are shaken but thankful.
I'm very proud of her. I'm just thank the Lord that she got away.
I'm still scared to death, and now I'm thinking I'll never be able to let her out of my sight, you know, even for a second.
And this brave 7-year-old has some good advice for what to do when a stranger approaches.
Always scream, try to scream and kick as hard as you can, and go get somebody that you trust.
Some very wise words there from Brittany. Now Thomas Woods is being held without bond. He faces attempted kidnapping among other charges. Walmart tells us they are very glad that their surveillance cameras helped to capture the suspect, and they're happy that little Brittany is safe. Robin.
When I hear
Okay, as we saw in that first video, the little girl basically just kind of pitched a fit. She started kicking and screaming, and that's what she says later on the broadcast. You know, I just started kicking and screaming. And the attacker clearly got uncomfortable, didn't want to be detected, didn't want to be in the middle of that scene. And he got out of there as quick as he could. And you'll see in some of our YouTube videos on our St. John's Krav Maga and Fitness channel that we teach concepts just like that. My daughter Emma and I made a short video a little while back. It's become pretty popular. All right, let's look at the second video.
Situation, and ABC's Ty Hernandez is here with her incredible story. Hey, Ty.
Hey, you know, we have this video thanks to a surveillance camera, and it shows every parent's nightmare. The suspect's car driving by a young girl's home, and then 20 minutes later, an attempted abduction right in her own backyard.
That man come over here.
And what did he do, Heather?
Put his hand on my mouth.
And what did you do?
Fight him.
8-year-old Heather Darnell is still shaken from the attempted kidnapping seen here on surveillance video. She was playing in the alleyway with her 6-year-old brother when the suspect drove by. 20 minutes later, the suspect returns and attempts to get a hold of Heather.
The little girl explains that a older, light-skinned black male grabbed her, put his hand around her mouth, and she bit him and kicked and fought to get away.
As the suspect approaches Heather, both struggle. Then she bites her attacker's hand and breaks free. As the suspect drives away, she runs to her parents, who contacted police.
She did what she was supposed to do, and I'm proud of her. I'm a very proud mom that she did what she did and she got out.
She certainly did. She was taught well by her mother. Brave little girl she is.
Okay, that second video, the girl clearly got a bit more aggressive there. Rather than just kicking and screaming, she's also biting. She's using the best tool that she has available. And, if you've ever been bitten by a 2-year-old, you know that hurts. You want to let go, much less an 8-year-old kind of clamping down on you with a full force. But this is what we need to teach our kids, folks. The stuff that we do in traditional martial arts is great. I love it. I'm a traditional martial artist myself. But a lot of the things that we do in traditional martial arts revolve around skill building. They revolve around building confidence, and we need all of those things. It's part of our program as well at St. John's Krav Maga and Fitness. But we also need to be realistic about what we're teaching these kids to do, which is to become their own best protector. And that reality is that they may need to get violent. They may need to use force to defend themselves. And again, while they may not be able to break the bones of an adult, they may not be able to overpower an adult, certainly won't be, there are certainly things that they can do. And that's really what our program is all about. Teaching kids not just how to fight off an attacker, which is absolutely key, but how to prevent that attack in the first place. How to use situational awareness, how to prevent those things, how to predict those things. Big part of our program, the 3 Ps. We'll hope you'll bring your kids in, check out our program at St. John's Krav Maga and Fitness. You can find us on the web at www.sjkravmaga.com. Thanks.